What if the NFL is finally starting to believe in the Tennessee Titans again? Because usually, teams coming off a 3-14 season don't end up becoming the focus of a major Netflix series. But now, Titans quarterback Cam Ward is officially set to appear in Season 3 of Netflix's Quarterback. And honestly, that says a lot about where this franchise suddenly stands entering 2026. Because for years, Tennessee felt invisible nationally. No real spotlight, no major media attention, no sense that the league viewed the Titans as one of the NFL's interesting teams. But now, that might finally be changing. Cam Ward will appear alongside names like Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, and Joe Flacco in the upcoming season of Quarterback. And what makes this even more interesting is that Ward will become the first rookie quarterback ever featured in the series. That matters, because Netflix doesn't choose random players for shows like this. They choose storylines, they choose quarterbacks people want to follow, they choose franchises that create intrigue. And suddenly, the Tennessee Titans are creating intrigue again. That's a massive shift from where this organization was not that long ago. Because if we're being honest, the Titans spent years stuck in a very strange place. Not bad enough to fully rebuild, not stable enough to truly compete. The roster kept changing, the coaching situations kept changing, the identity kept changing. And eventually, it became difficult to understand what Tennessee was even trying to become. But Cam Ward changed the conversation. The moment Tennessee selected him first overall in the 2025 NFL Draft, everything about the franchise started feeling different. Not necessarily because the Titans immediately became contenders, but because they finally had direction. And quarterbacks change everything in the NFL. They change expectations, they change media attention, they change how fans view the future, and most importantly, they change how the league talks about your franchise. Now obviously, Ward's rookie season wasn't perfect. The Titans finished 3-14. Brian Callahan was fired mid-season. The offense struggled at times, and there were moments where the entire season looked like it was collapsing. But despite all of that, Ward still showed flashes that made people pay attention. He threw for over 3,100 yards as a rookie. He showed mobility, confidence, leadership. And late in the season, he quietly became one of the more efficient young quarterbacks in football. That's part of why this Netflix story matters so much. Because this isn't just about entertainment. It's about perception. The NFL is built on narratives, and right now, the Titans suddenly have one. Young quarterback, new coaching staff, new leadership, potential franchise turnaround. That combination creates attention. And honestly, the NFL would love for Tennessee to become relevant again. A young, exciting quarterback creates ratings. A rebuilding franchise creates emotional investment. A turnaround story creates drama. And Netflix understands that better than almost anyone. But now comes the difficult part. Actually proving the hype is real. Because attention in the NFL disappears very quickly when teams stop winning. And that pressure is now officially arriving in Tennessee. For the first time in years, people outside the Titans fan base are actually watching this team closely. That changes expectations completely. But what makes this story even more fascinating is how different Tennessee suddenly looks entering 2026. Brian Callahan is gone. Robert Saleh has arrived. Brian Daboll is now helping develop Ward. The front office added more offensive weapons. Carnell Tate was drafted to help transform the receiving corps. Wan'Dale Robinson was brought in as another reliable option. And slowly, the Titans are trying to build an actual structure around their young quarterback. That's something this franchise desperately needed, because young quarterbacks rarely succeed without stability. And stability has been one of Tennessee's biggest problems for years. That's why 2026 feels so important. Not because the Titans are suddenly Super Bowl contenders, but because this season might finally reveal whether the organization truly has a long-term plan. Can Robert Saleh establish a real culture? Can Cam Ward become the face of the franchise? Can the Titans finally stop constantly resetting every 2 years? Those are the real questions. And honestly, that's exactly why Netflix chose this story. Because the Titans suddenly feel unpredictable, interesting, relevant, and potentially important again. But now Tennessee has to prove this is more than just off-season hype. Because documentaries create attention, but winning creates respect. And until the Titans prove they can consistently compete, questions will still remain around this franchise. Still, for a team that spent years feeling ignored nationally, this moment matters. The NFL is paying attention again. The media is paying attention again. Fans across the league are paying attention again. And now the real question becomes this: can Cam Ward actually turn all of this attention into the beginning of a new era for Tennessee? Or will this become another chapter in a franchise still searching for long-term stability? Let me know what you think. Do you believe Cam Ward can become the quarterback that finally changes the Titans' future? And how big could this Netflix spotlight become for Tennessee entering 2026? Subscribe for more Tennessee Titans news, NFL analysis, and franchise breakdowns.